Well, explaining to young kids why they can't play with their friends or go back to school is something parents and teachers worry about. Scripps reporter Chris Conte shows us one elementary class that found a way to stay connected through all of the pressures of coronavirus and do something that brought smiles to kids' faces and tears to their parents' eyes.
An unfamiliar silence has been lingering in the halls of schools across the country. Schools absent of students long before summer vacation began.
I wake up and check my email to see who has questions.
But third grade teacher Reed Clapp has learned he doesn't need a classroom to keep his lesson plans on schedule.
Thank you so much for being patient with us.
It's about this time in the year that Mr. Clapp and his students at Madison Creek Elementary School in Tennessee would be preparing for their end of the year show. Grammarella is known far and wide across the district. Every third grade kid wants to be in it. Typically, the satirical Cinderella-based show about grammar would be performed in the library. But because of the virus, that stage went dark. Like so many teachers across the country, Mr. Clapp had felt like he had the rug pulled out from underneath him. But that's when it hit him, a new play called Zoomerella. He threw out the old script, started from scratch, even had his kids audition on Zoom.
All right, let's start. It really has been one of the biggest challenges I've ever attempted.
3, 2.
Online rehearsals have come with their fair share of challenges.
No, you're on mute. Can you unmute yourself?
But as the end of the school year approached, things started coming together.
Instead of, saying, well, we're not going to have a play this year, we're saying, how can we still do something that's original, and how can we do something that they're proud of?
As for these 8- and 9-year-olds, rehearsals have offered structure, a way to manage the pressure of this pandemic, so they don't feel as isolated.
The stuff that's been the hardest is actually getting your facial expressions when other people are talking and acting with your body.
And the kids have been learning too. 9-year-old Autumn plays Ella, the show's version of Cinderella.
How am I going to get into the Zoom room without a link or a password?
I've learned how to problem solve.
Yes, they're 8 years old and they're 9 years old, but what we really want is when we're saying, hey, you need some light back there, and they're like, I don't have a light back there, and we're saying, what can you do to put light behind you?
After weeks of trial and error, they pulled off a final performance and streamed it across the internet. Mr. Clapp couldn't have been prouder.
It's their version of how their school year ended.
Who knew that a bunch of third graders could show the world that even in the middle of a pandemic, the show can go on?
It's a long story.
I'm Chris Conte reporting.